It was supposed to be a night of celebration, a time for fireworks, laughter, and freedom. But on July 4th, 2023, in the quiet town of Flower Mound, Texas, a single gunshot changed everything. One moment, they were a couple whose love captivated thousands online. The next, their lives were forever shattered.
Get out my video! I do not like you.
Go to sleep.
No, you go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Exactly. Get out my video, punk. I will literally whoop your ass.
What's up? What's up? Oh! No. Go to sleep. 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 Go to sleep.
Ouch!
You hurt your hand?
Get off me!
Go to sleep.
Larius Brownlee, known as Dino to his TikTok followers, and Saeed Zara Hashimi had built a life together in front of the camera. Together, they were magnetic, funny, and seemingly unstoppable. To their 150,000 followers, they were 150,000 followers. They were fined the curated smiles and viral videos, layer, truth no one saw coming. How did a relationship that looked so perfect on social media turn deadly? And what secrets were hidden behind the filter? Welcome to Fatal Fame, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Please support us by subscribing to this channel and clicking the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our latest stories. To understand this story, you need to know where it happened. Flower Mound, Texas, a suburb nestled between Dallas and Fort Worth, is the kind of place where everyone knows their neighbors. It's a town that prides itself on family values, community events, and a slower pace of life. Every year, thousands gather at Bakersfield Park for the annual Independence Fest, a day filled with live music, food trucks, and dazzling fireworks displays. It's always been such a safe place. You don't expect something like this to happen here. They seemed like any other couple enjoying the holiday. No one could have guessed what was going to unfold. But beneath the surface of this idyllic setting lay cracks waiting to break open. And on this particular night, those cracks would shatter lives forever. Flower Mound wasn't just a town, it was a feeling. A place where kids rode bikes down tree-lined streets, where neighbors waved as they passed each other in their cars, and where holidays were celebrated with the kind of enthusiasm that made you believe in community again. The 4th of July was no exception. Families set up picnic blankets hours before the sun went down. Couples strolled hand in hand through the park, and the air buzzed with excitement as the first fireworks lit up the sky. But even in the safest places, danger can hide in plain sight. What looked like an ordinary evening for Larius and Zara was anything but. To the outside world, they were just another young couple, soaking in the festivities, blending into the crowd. But behind closed doors, or in this case, inside the confines of a black Chevrolet Blazer, their relationship was unraveling in ways no one could have predicted. The people of Flower Mound weren't prepared for what happened that night. How could they be? This wasn't the kind of story you expected to hear about your neighbors. It wasn't the kind of tragedy that seemed possible in a town where everyone knew everyone else's name. Yet, as the details began to emerge, the shockwaves rippled far beyond the borders of Flower Mound, forcing people to confront uncomfortable truths about relationships, appearances, and the pressures of modern life. For the residents who had seen Larius and Zara around town, the news was almost impossible to process. They were the couple who seemed to have it all: youth, charisma, and a social media presence that painted their lives as enviable. But as the saying goes, looks can be deceiving. Beneath the filtered smiles and perfectly timed TikTok videos, there was a darker reality brewing, one that would culminate in violence under the very same stars that once symbolized freedom and joy. As investigators pieced together the events of that night, the question lingered. Could anyone have seen this coming? Or was the facade they presented to the world so convincing that even those closest to them missed the warning signs? One thing was certain. This wasn't just a story about two people anymore. It was a story about a town, a community, and a society grappling with the complexities of love, fame, and the hidden struggles that too often go unnoticed until it's too late. To truly understand what happened inside that sous vide, we must first understand who Laureus and Zara were beyond the filters and hashtags. They weren't just TikTok stars. They were individuals navigating love, ambition, and the complexities of modern life. Laureus, the charmer with secrets, and Zara, the vibrant soul with untold struggles, were two sides of a coin. Together, they created a narrative that captivated thousands, but beneath the surface, their story was far from perfect. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into their relationship, the highs, the lows, and the moments that defined them, because understanding their lives is key to understanding how a single night changed everything forever. Laureus Brownlee, or Dino as he was known online, was a charismatic figure. Tattoos covered his arms, and his charm captivated audiences across social media platforms. With over 150,000 followers, he and Zara shared snippets of their lives, romantic moments, playful banter, and glimpses of what appeared to be a fairy tale romance. But who were they really? Behind the curated smiles and viral skits, there was more than met the eye. Laureus grew up in North Lake, Texas. Friends describe him as outgoing, funny, and magnetic. From a young age, he had a way of drawing people in. His energy was infectious, his humor sharp, and his confidence undeniable. But as his online fame grew, so did whispers about changes in his behavior. Some say the pressure of maintaining their public image took its toll. Others hint at deeper issues lurking beneath the surface. He wasn't just a TikTok personality. He was a man trying to balance real life with the expectations of an audience that never stopped watching. To some, it seemed like the weight of that pressure began to show. Friends noticed subtle shifts. Moments where his charm turned into control, his jokes carried an edge, and his once carefree demeanor became increasingly tense. Friend of Laureus. He was always the life of the party, but lately he seemed different, more stressed, more controlling. I think the internet fame got to him. Was Laureus struggling under the weight of expectations? Or was there something darker at play? As we dig deeper into his life, one thing becomes clear. The man behind the screen wasn't always the same person fans thought they knew. Then there was Zara Hashimi, a beautiful, ambitious woman with a magnetic personality. Born to Iranian immigrant parents, she had big dreams and a strong work ethic. Her laughter was infectious, and her presence lit up every room she entered. To her followers, she was relatable, authentic, and full of life. But behind her bright smile was Zara hiding pain. Was she trapped in a situation she couldn't escape? Zara wasn't just a TikTok star. She was a force of nature. She juggled her online presence with her love for family, friends, and meaningful connections. Those close to her describe her as fiercely independent, deeply loyal, and endlessly kind. Yet, even the strongest among us can find ourselves in situations that test our resolve. Zara's younger sister. She wasn't just my sister, she was my best friend. She worked hard, loved harder, and wanted to make her mark on the world. None of us ever imagined this would happen to her. As we piece together Zara's story, it becomes evident that her journey wasn't as seamless as it appeared online. The pressures of balancing a relationship, a growing audience, and her personal ambitions may have taken a toll. For all her strength, was Zara quietly battling demons no one could see. Together, Laureus and Zara created a world that seemed perfect. At least through the lens of social media. Their videos showcased laughter, love, and light-hearted moments. But as more details emerged after the shooting, cracks in their relationship began to surface. Videos that once seemed playful now took on a darker tone. In one clip, Larius jokingly placed Zara in a chokehold while she laughed it off. At the time, viewers saw it as harmless banter, but in hindsight, it raised questions about boundaries and power dynamics within their relationship. Was this behavior a red flag overlooked by those around them? Or was it simply part of their dynamic, misunderstood by outsiders? The truth is, relationships are complex, and what happens behind closed doors isn't always reflected in public displays. For Larius and Zara, social media wasn't just a hobby, it was a lifestyle. Every post, every video, every interaction was carefully crafted to maintain their image as the ideal couple. But the pressure to keep up appearances can be suffocating. Experts warn that the performative nature of platforms like TikTok can blur the lines between reality and fiction. What starts as a way to share joy can quickly become a source of stress, especially when relationships are involved. The need to present a united front, even during difficult times, can mask underlying issues. Did the pressure to maintain their online persona contribute to the tension between them? Were they playing roles instead of addressing real problems? These are questions we'll explore as we unravel the events leading up to that fateful night. The night of July 4th, 2023 began like so many others in Flower Mound. The air was alive with excitement, fireworks bursting overhead, families laughing, and the hum of celebration filling Bakersfield Park. Larius Brownlee and Zara Hashimi were there, blending into the crowd as if they were just another happy couple enjoying the holiday. To anyone watching, they looked like the picture, perfect pair, smiling, chatting, and soaking in the festivities. But beneath the surface, something darker was brewing. Witnesses later recalled noticing small signs that all wasn't well between them. A sharp glance here, a curt response there. It was nothing overt, but enough to make people pause. The witness said, "I noticed them having words earlier in the evening. Nothing too serious, but you could tell things weren't right. There was this tension, like they were holding back something bigger." As the fireworks lit up the sky, casting fleeting shadows across their faces, it became clear that the cracks in their relationship weren't going to stay hidden for long. When the festival ended, the couple climbed into Larius's black 2024 Chevrolet Blazer, a decision that would seal their fate in ways no one could have predicted. What happened next is a chilling reminder of how quickly emotions can spiral out of control. Witnesses recount how the argument escalated rapidly once they were inside the vehicle. Words turned to shouts, voices rising above the hum of the engine. According to reports, Larius ordered Zara into the back seat, a move that stunned even those who knew them well. It wasn't just about where she sat. It was symbolic of something deeper. Control, power. Anger boiling over into action. For those who had seen their playful TikTok videos, the jokes, the laughter, the light-hearted bickering, the sudden shift felt surreal. Those moments once dismissed as harmless. Fun now took on a chilling new meaning. Looking back, it's hard not to wonder, were these videos red flags disguised as humor? Or were they simply moments frozen in time, stripped of context by the lens of social media? Whatever the truth inside that sous vide, reality came crashing down. At approximately 12:49 am, police responded to reports of a shooting along Flower Mound Road. Officers arrived to find Zara lying critically injured outside the vehicle, a gunshot wound above her right eye. Blood pooled around her, a stark contrast against the dark pavement, and standing nearby, Larius remained at the scene, offering no resistance. His confession was simple, almost detached. "I shot her." In that moment, everything changed. The man who had once shared joyful TikTok videos with Zara now stood accused of trying to take her life. Inside the sous vide, evidence of the tragedy was everywhere. Bloodstains on the seats, the weapon still resting in the door pocket, and the shattered fragments of a relationship gone horribly wrong. When officers confronted Larius, he didn't flee or deny what had happened. Instead, he reiterated his confession, his tone void of resistance. as though he had already resigned himself to the consequences of his actions. It was a chilling admission, one that left investigators and witnesses alike grappling with questions. What drives someone to cross the line from anger to violence? What thoughts, fears, or insecurities pushed Lorius to pick up that gun? For Zara, the fight for survival was only beginning. Doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize her, but the damage caused by the bullet was extensive. Family members gathered at the hospital, praying for a miracle. Meanwhile, investigators pieced together the events leading up to the shooting, searching for answers in a story that seemed to defy logic. As news of the shooting spread, shockwaves rippled through Flower Mound and beyond. Friends, family, and followers struggled to reconcile the couple they thought they knew with the horrifying reality of what had transpired. How could a night meant for joy and celebration end in gunfire and tragedy? Was this the result of pent-up frustration, jealousy, or something far more sinister? Experts warn that relationships under pressure often reveal their true nature in moments of crisis. Social media may have masked the warning signs, presenting a facade of perfection that hid the cracade of perfection that hid the cracks beneath. But in the confines of that zoo, the illusion shattered completely. This wasn't just an argument gone wrong. It was a culmination of unresolved issues, simmering tensions, and perhaps even systemic problems that had been ignored for far too long. As we continue to unravel the details of that fateful night, one thing becomes painfully clear. Love, when twisted by control and violence, can become a weapon. The story of Lorius Brownlee and Zara Hashimi is a sobering reminder of the fragility of human relationships and the devastating cost when help comes too late. Zara was rushed to Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, where doctors fought tirelessly to save her life. The bullet had torn through her skull, causing catastrophic damage that left her prognosis uncertain at best. For hours, surgeons worked to stabilize her, but the road ahead seemed insurmountable. Family members gathered in the waiting room, their faces etched with fear and desperation, praying for a miracle they weren't sure would come. Zara's mother, in an interview: "We thought we were saying goodbye. We really did. They told us to prepare for the worst, that she might not make it through the night. But Zara, she's a fighter. Against all odds, she woke up. She started moving, talking, and even walking again. It wasn't easy. None about this has been easy. None about this has been easy, but she began her journey to recovery in ways none of us expected." While Zara battled for her life inside the hospital, Lorius faced the full weight of the law outside it. Charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, he offered no justification for his actions. Only a chilling admission of guilt. His confession was simple, almost mechanical, as if he had already accepted the consequences of what he'd done. There were no excuses, no attempts to explain away the violence. Just 3 words: "I shot her." The contrast between the two paths was stark. Inside the hospital, Zara fought to reclaim her life, defying every grim prediction. Outside, Lorius sat in a jail cell, grappling with the irreversible act that had shattered not only Zara's life, but also his own. For those who knew them, the question lingered. How could someone capable of love and laughter also be capable of such devastation? As updates on Zara's condition trickled out, her family shared moments of cautious hope. Her younger sister revealed that despite the traumatic brain injury, Zara had begun eating on her own, walking unassisted and showing signs of independence. Doctors marveled at her progress, though they warned that the road to full recovery would be long and fraught with challenges. She still required surgery to address lingering complications, but her resilience became a beacon of light in an otherwise dark chapter. Meanwhile, investigators pieced together the events leading up to the shooting, searching for answers in a case that seemed to defy logic. Friends, followers, and even strangers weighed in, debating whether there had been warning signs all along, or if this tragedy had blindsided everyone involved. Social media, once a platform for joy and connection, now served as both a mirror and a magnifying glass, reflecting the cracks in their relationship while amplifying questions about accountability and responsibility. For Zara, survival was only the beginning. The emotional scars ran deeper than any physical wound, and the trust she may have once placed in Laureus was irrevocably broken as she embarked on her rehabilitation journey. Her story became a testament to strength, courage, and the will to overcome even the most unimaginable circumstances. But for Laureus, the future looked bleak. Facing charges that carried heavy penalties, he awaited trial under the shadow of his own actions. His online persona, the charismatic TikTok star known as Dino, had crumbled, replaced by the image of a man accused of turning a moment of rage into an act of irreversible violence. Followers who had once admired him now grappled with feelings of betrayal, confusion, and anger. In the aftermath of that fateful night, the lives of everyone touched by this tragedy were forever changed. What began as a celebration of freedom ended in a fight for justice, healing, and understanding, and as the world watched, one thing became painfully clear. Behind every filtered smile lies a truth far more complex and sometimes far darker than anyone could imagine. As the case made its way to court, the story took another dramatic turn. Shocking details began to surface, painting a clearer picture of what might have led to that fateful night. Videos emerged. Moments between Laureus and Zara that once seemed playful now carried an unsettling undertone. What had appeared as light-hearted banter or harmless jokes suddenly revealed cracks in their relationship that many had overlooked. Experts weighed in, shedding light on the warning signs that often go unnoticed in troubled relationships. These red flags, experts explained, are part of a larger pattern, one that can be easy to dismiss when masked by charm or filtered through the lens of social media. Domestic violence advocates said, excessive jealousy, isolation from friends and family, verbal abuse disguised as humor. It's all part of a dangerous pattern. Social media adds another layer of complexity because it allows people to curate their lives, showing only what they want others to see. This makes it even harder for victims to seek help or for outsiders to recognize the signs of abuse. The courtroom drama captivated the nation, sparking intense debates about the role social media plays in modern relationships. Followers who had once admired Laureus and Zara's seemingly perfect life online were left questioning whether they'd missed clues along the way. Had the couple's carefully crafted TikTok videos hidden something darker beneath the surface? Or was this tragedy simply a result of human flaws and unchecked emotions? Families on both sides grappled with unanswered questions. For Zara's loved ones, the focus remained on her recovery and ensuring justice was served. But for Laureus's family, there was a painful reckoning. A son and brother accused of an act so devastating it left everyone searching for answers. The trial became more than just a legal proceeding. It was a mirror reflecting societal issues we often choose to ignore. Domestic violence, experts reminded us, doesn't always look like what we expect. It can hide behind closed doors, masked by laughter, smiles, or viral videos. And when it finally comes to light, the impact is felt far beyond the individuals involved. It ripples through families, communities, and even across social media platforms where thousands watched their story unfold. As the proceedings continued, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a story about two people anymore. It was a wake-up call, a reminder to look closer, ask questions, and recognize the signs before it's too late. Today, Zara continues to heal, defying the odds. Her resilience serves as a beacon of hope for others facing similar struggles. Despite the physical and emotional scars, she has shown incredible strength, taking steps toward recovery with the support of her family and loved ones. Meanwhile, Laureus awaits sentencing, a stark reminder of the devastating cost of unchecked anger and control. This story isn't just about two people. It's a call to action, a plea to recognize the signs of abuse, support victims, and prevent future tragedies. Because love should never hurt. Relationships built on trust, respect, and equality are the foundation of a life worth living. And when those foundations crumble under the weight of manipulation or violence, it's up to all of us to step in, speak out, and make a difference. If this story resonates with you, please share it. Awareness saves lives. By talking about these issues openly, we can break down the walls of silence that so often protect abusers and trap victims. Thank you for watching Behind the Filter. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and remember, behind every filter lies a truth worth uncovering. If you or someone you know is struggling, don't hesitate to reach out. Help is available, and no one should face these challenges alone. Share this video with friends and family. It might save a life. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories that matter. Together we can create change, one conversation at a time.